The Marketing Group is a public listed company that acquires marketing services businesses around the world. We have a very strict criteria for the companies joining us. They are long established, profitable, debt-free. We're currently 18 companies with another 4 companies in the process of completion. They deal with blue chip clients like Citibank, Procter & Gamble, these kind of people, and we're diversified across countries, across currencies, and across markets and services. So we have subsidiaries in Australia, in New Zealand, in Singapore, in the UK and mainland Europe, and the east and west coast of the US. Because all the companies are well established and profitable and debt-free, it means we have 8 million of annualized EBIT contribution. We're very cash generative. We'd be in the position to pay a dividend on an annual basis, as well as growing incredibly quickly. We acquire these profitable debt-free companies using shares on an accretive basis. So we always acquire companies at a lower earnings multiple to the one that we're trading at. So there's an increase in the earnings per share for every transaction that we complete. Public companies are often criticized for taking a short-term view, a quarter by quarter view. Well, our main board absolutely does that. We take a short-term view, we grow the value through acquisition, through accretive increase in earnings per share, and the founders board concentrates on delivering the long-term customer value that businesses need to create for their own longevity. We call them the board you couldn't afford, because these are the guys that you'd never get to come and work for you. These are very high caliber individuals who, like I said, have written books or keynote speakers on their particular topics. We have 18 companies in the portfolio across the globe, and we have everything from the kind of core advertising agency in the middle to all of the services spanning out from there, really. In Australia, we have Channel Zero, which is an advertising agency. We have people like Marca Metro, who do apps and games for companies like Disney and Microsoft. We have 1990 in Singapore, which is doing social media for people like Procter & Gamble. Creative Insurgents, which is run by Agir Yadav, who was voted one of the top 100 most influential business people, deals with clients like Fashion TV and Mumm Champagne. Nice and Polite, which is a creative content company in the UK. They create some of the most viewed creative content in the world. They did One Direction and 5 Seconds of Summer's music videos. They also do lots of commercial work. There's many different businesses in kind of many different areas. But really crossing the whole spectrum of marketing services. And I really think that we solve a problem for entrepreneurs by giving them a platform where they can scale and become the thing that they dreamt of when they started their business. And I also think we've arrived at the right time for investors, because the investment universe is pretty terrible at the moment. There's bubbles everywhere. Pretty much every asset class feels like it's overvalued. And all of a sudden, we've got a business that grows like a tech company, but it has profit and it doesn't have debt, and it's diversified across currencies and across countries and across products. So we really have an investment vehicle which I think is quite unique in the ability that it can double in size in a month, and it can pay a dividend at the end of it.